Jesus.
This meeting is being recorded.
That's funny.
Oh
It
my
is
God.
Simply HR Inc. team at Gmail.
Yeah, I thought it was a Simply HR Inc. team all together, right?
Yep.
At Gmail. Yeah, they said that account is not available. Well, let me
No,
just.
no, no. Here, let me show you what you got to do. Share your screen. You got a
Hold on one
full house
second.
today, man.
Okay, I'm gonna get. Hold on one second here. Yeah, we trying to get this new year right.
Exactly.
That's it.
Okay, so you told me it's share my screen. Let me go on out here. I don't want to hold up everybody, but I got to get on these things. I've been somewhere right here. Okay, so this is I got another one, but I can't find the one. I went over here to, you see right here? I can't find it. Did we change it or what?
No, no, no. You didn't change it. So just go to Speaker Hub.
What do you mean go to,
Speakerhub.com.
oh. Yeah, I did that last night too. Okay.
Right. And when you go to speakerhub.com, go ahead and click sign in or log in the top corner to Speaker Hub Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And click sign in with Google. Continue with Google.
Oh, right here.
Yep, click that.
Sure. Okay, and then you got to change.
Use another account. And then put in your Simply HR stuff and you should be ready to go.
I did that. It didn't work. Okay, go next. See?
Okay.
Couldn't find your account.
So 1 second. I don't know if that's the name of your email. That's a Google problem, not a Speaker Hub problem.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured that, but I know SIMPLYHR team at gmail.com.
No. It's HR Inc. team.
Oh, HR. Okay.
INC.
I should know this here. Team.
No,
Okay,
that's
now.
okay.
You know, I'm running 100 miles per hour.
There you go. Now you're ready to go. You good.
I hope so. Okay, we're gonna see. I can get this password together. We're gonna see. I can always change it.
You don't want to share your screen with the password.
No, I understand that.
You're ready to go now.
Okay, thank you so much.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, so apologize. I've had a lot of losses, so I haven't had any activity. But trust and believe, I'm back smoking.
We got you. We got you. You know.
Yeah.
We got you.
Thank you,
Richard. Good to see you again.
Hi.
Sharing.
Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Yep.
Okay.
Good to see you.
I was wondering what my situation is right now with my current membership. I need to get on these podcasting circuits.
All right, let's see.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Richard Higgins. Right. So I don't think you have let's see, Richard Higgins. Yeah, we don't have you with an account, so we got to get you an account.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. I was trying to fill in some profile info and it wouldn't let it upload because I have a bio.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What email address are you using, Richard?
Right. Some of these companies ask for a web-based email. Now, if that's what you want, I've got one.
Okay, so what I was trying to do is to see if you have an account with us, but I don't think you have an account with us just yet, right? Because when I look for you, it's not coming up at all.
Do you want a web-based email or do you want just a private one? Anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a link that you can use to sign up and get an account with us at Speaker Hub.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so
and then that will give me how much is that account? What's that? What's the details?
Yep. So you can pick which level you want to be at. Ange, if you can put the link in the chat there to just speakerhub.com, and you can pick which type of plan you want to be on. We have one that's just for podcast. We have one that allows for podcast and associations. And then we have one that allows for podcast associations and conferences. So,
Great.
yep. So
Oh,
you can pick whichever level you want to be at, and you can start there.
I want to do conferences eventually because, this is what I should be doing. I was offered an international conference from a guy from America. He came over to Manchester and he said, "You're all set to go." It was a big international conference. The last minute he cancelled it because I said the toilets I sell have plastic in them. And he wrote a book. He's a famous author of a book called Biochar or something. I mean, my toilets are made of wood. They're very high quality, but they have plastic diverters in them and things like that, little things like that. He didn't like it. What do you want? A wooden bucket? I mean, really. So
That thing's gonna
usually it
stink.
does.
If it's a wooden bucket, they're gonna smell
I
too
know.
good. So
That's right. Ah,
well, but yeah.
so
So
I'll do that for next week. Is that right?
yeah. I
What
mean,
you
go
do
ahead
now?
and you can go ahead and get an account, and you can start pitching today.
Oh, okay. I can try it now, but it didn't upload when I was trying to do it. It didn't upload my bio.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I couldn't find you in our system, so I'm not sure what you were working on.
But if I get stuck, if I do it now, go in the background.
Yeah,
You can
you can
advise
always
while
give
we.
us a call or come back on this call. Yeah, do it while
Okay.
we're on the call now and see what happens.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, good to see everybody. Jasmine, good to see you. Hopefully you had a great Christmas going into tomorrow, into the new year. Any other questions before we get started? Because I want to cover something today that I think is really, really, really important, but it's the difference maker between what I found to be the people who succeed at almost anything. Like you know that person that always seems to win. It's like, dude, how does this dude win at everything? Like, how does this lady win at everything? And I think I figured it out. And it ain't even that complicated, but I think I figured it out. I think it's just one thing, right? Um, any questions before I kind of go into this little rant for a second? No? Okay, perfect. So let me ask you a question, right? I moved to Medellin last year, well, 8 years ago, right? I moved to Colombia 8 years ago, Medellin in November of 2019, right? And when I first left the US in 2014, I didn't speak any Spanish, right? I didn't speak a word. Like, I didn't even know hola. The only word I knew in Spanish was no, because no is the same word in every language, right? And I took a class at a university 2 years into it, right? After living in Costa Rica and Honduras, I moved to the Dominican Republic, and while I was there, I was like, I gotta take a class, and it wasn't the first class that I had taken. I had taken Spanish in high school, and I didn't remember any of it, right? And then me and my buddies, this is when Rosetta Stone was like the big language learning thing. We bought Rosetta Stone. We all put in $100 and bought a membership with one email address on Rosetta Stone that we would each supposed to log into. One of the people who I shared that Rosetta Stone login with now is certified to teach Spanish anywhere in the world. And I'm not. My Spanish is so bad, my 3-year-old daughter corrects me when I say stuff wrong. Literally, she'll say, it's not that word, it's this word, right? And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because a lot of times we'll say that a system doesn't work, or that courses don't work, or I took his coaching program and it didn't work, or I tried that. I tried outbound and it didn't work. I tried inbound, it didn't work. And what I learned over time was that everything works. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but everything actually works. It may not work in the time frame we want it to, but given enough time and enough effort, just about everything works. Like, I can fly for about 15 seconds. I'm only going to be able to do it once. but I can do it. Right? If I went to a mountain and jumped off, I can fly for about 15 seconds, and it's gonna be my last flight. But it was possible, right? The the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because I think America has been lied to by marketers for a long time that have overpromised something to us that they never were planning on delivering. But they have testimonials of the people who say that they got results doing their thing, but they don't tell you where that person started from. So let me give you a great example, right? So you don't get an email link, Richard. You just use, once you log in, when you if you sign up for Speaker Hub and you pick one of the ones, it should ask you to log in with either Google or Microsoft.
Oh, I see. Same link. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
So basically, imagine if you ever, well, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you here because I think this is really cool. Because once I figured this out, I was like, oh, I can do anything now. So when you go to, let's see, Toll House chocolate chips, right? And they got these cookies, right? And on the back of the package, you know, they put a recipe for chocolate chip cookies. It's on the back of the recipe. I think it's right there. Let's see. Recipe, package, recipe. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, like they put this on the back of the thing. Y'all see that? Now, in this bag, is there baking soda in that bag? Is there salt in that bag? Is there butter, sugar? No, only thing in that bag is chocolate chips. But they telling you if you want to have the best cookies, you got to be using Toll House chocolate chips. But they didn't give you all the other stuff. And then Bart already knew the other 10 ingredients. So when he added the Toll House, man, these are the best chocolate chip cookies ever. I go to the store, I just buy the bag. I get home, I'm like, ain't no butter and all the other stuff. And I realized I got to go get this other shit that I didn't have. But they tell me that at the grocery store. Because now I got to go back to Walmart and I got to go get gold medal flour. Right? And you know what gold medal flour got on the back? Recipes. They got recipes on the back of their thing too that tell you how to make stuff. But ain't none of the stuff in the bag. None of it. Ain't none of it in the bag. It's just the flour. But they'll tell you, if you're going to make the best cookies, you need gold medal flour. Well, that's the same claim that Toll House made with their chocolate chips. So which one do I need? Or do I need both? Now, why do I bring this up? A lot of times we take courses or trainings or we use software and systems that will claim to be everything you need in order to succeed. And that's a marketing problem because really they're telling you we're the best at what we do. We're not the best at all this other stuff. So in the speaking business, a lot of us have bought courses that said, make this amount of money telling your story. And what they teach you is how to write a speech. Right? But knowing how to write a speech doesn't guarantee you gigs. And then you got a system like ours that says, hey, we're gonna get you gigs. But if your speech is trash, you ain't got the whole system then either. But then after you got the good speech and you got the system that can get you the gigs, if your accounting books are bad, guess what? Your business is still terrible. And then if you don't legally register it right, you're going to have some tax problems and a whole bunch of other stuff. So business isn't just this one marketer that sold me this thing. He sold you one piece of the puzzle. Is that fair? We can only give you one piece. If we could do your entire business, guess what? We would just do it ourselves. If I could know how to massage and do what Jadika does, I don't need Jadika. I would do that and I would run the business. So why I wanted to bring that up is because expectations is the one thing that separates the winners from everyone else. If I said, hey, Spanish classes are a scam, y'all would be like, well, what do you mean? Well, look, I took one semester of Spanish 101 and I'm not fluent. How often you practice? I don't practice that much. How often do you live in a Spanish speaking country? Nope. In St. Louis, don't nobody speaks Spanish. Right? Nobody. But yeah, I would never call a Spanish class a scam. Because it just means I ain't been doing it long enough. Now, my other partner, Darian, this dude put in 3 hours a day. He treated it like it was a college course, and he did Rosetta Stone. He bought a bunch of other training things. Even to this day, he still studies Spanish, even though he's proficient enough to be able to teach it worldwide as a second language. He still studies it because he doesn't feel like he's mastered it. Is that fair? So in business is the only thing that gives us the disillusion that if we buy a franchise, if we get an accountant, we bought a franchise. Even when you buy a franchise, which has the marketing, the product, the systems, all of the stuff you need to be doing, you still needed a lawyer and an accountant outside of that franchise. If I go buy McDonald's tomorrow, I still got to go get a lawyer to do the contracting, an accountant to do the bookkeeping. Someone got to teach me how to hire people. I got to negotiate a lease for the land, all of that. That included with McDonald's. Does that make sense? So I know this is the time of year when a lot of people are going to say, I bought this and I got scammed. I took his course and I got scammed. I did that training. That don't work. I tried outbound. That don't work. I tried inbound. That don't work. It all works if you got all the ingredients. At Speaker Up, we're trying to give you as many ingredients that we can without taking your business. We give you the leads. We give you the AI. We give you the system. We give you the networking with the other speakers that are just like you. We give you the data. We bring in the experts. We pretty much do everything on the lead gen and marketing side that anybody would ever need. But we can't write your speech for you, and we're not going to do your accounting. Does that make sense? Now, only difference is expectations. What are your expectations? So we started adding these timelines and income and started talking about that because I came to the conclusion everybody's just lying to everybody. Nobody wants to tell what the real income is of speakers. Nobody wants to tell, hey, if you pitch it in January, you're not going to get a gig till August. Why? Because they don't get you to buy a $20,000 course that promised you was going to be able to retire off of 2 speeches. I mean, they just lying. So I wanted to bring that up because I believe that everybody here, I've talked to all of you all several times in this group and outside of this group. Everything that you have on your goal list is accomplishable. I ain't heard nobody tell me something that was unreasonable, right? Because I believe this. I believe that there's at least 50 people that would hire everybody on here to give a talk. There's 9 billion people in the world. There's 50 of them that want to hear what you got to say. And if you can build relationships with those 50 people to have you talk once a year, and you can sell from the stage and you can do your thing, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Most of us ain't trying to be Elon Musk from a speaking business. We ain't trying to make $100 billion. We just trying to get our message out and build a decent business that can pay for our lifestyles. I believe there's enough people who want to do that, but the expectations are wrong. Our number one objection is if you can give, I get this email, Raquel reads it to me every week, says, she keeps forwarding them to me. If you get me a gig, I'll split it with you. It don't work for you, dude. I don't even care that much about you getting the gig to do it for free. You ain't even known. Like, don't nobody even know who you are. Like, you get me a gig, dude. Look, I've been offered that by the top speakers in the world, and I still don't work on commission, right? So the reason why I bring that up is everybody here, Bart, with his idea with the movie and building his brand, that is 100% doable. You ever seen the movie Men of Honor? Right? Carl Boucher was one of my clients. The guy that got his leg cut off, that was one of my clients at Allstate when I lived in Norfolk. I've been to his house. I've seen all that stuff that's in the movie. It's real. Before he passed away, maybe 10 years ago. But that stuff was real. I saw the oxygen thing he walked around with that he had to carry in his car while he was driving. Carl Boucher was one of my clients at Allstate. So I know that what Bart is talking about is real because I saw Carl go through it. I saw him take his story and make it a real movie. So just give it enough time. But if Bart comes over and says, Ron, y'all can't help me to get a movie in 2 weeks, to hell with y'all. Well, okay, Bart, to hell with you. You can go somewhere else to where people gonna lie to you. Right? So here's what I had to make a hard decision on. And I saw this meme and I thought it was great. It said, if you want to be poor, lie to people that expect the truth. Because nobody will trust you. If you want to be average and honest, tell the truth to people who want to be told the truth to. And the final part was a joke that says, if you want to be rich, lie to people who want to be lied to. I don't think you all came over here because you wanted to be lied to. I think you came over here and you come every day because this is some source of truth about helping you to get to where you're trying to go. And I think that they were wrong about the second part, which is if you want to be average, tell the truth to people who want to be told the truth to. I don't believe that. I believe you can go further in life by being honest with people who are looking to do honest things. And money is only one form of payment. And we will always tell you the honest truth about what you can expect from using our products. And if we don't have what you need to add to it in order to get to where you're trying to go. And I wanted to start off in the year, but going to the new year with that attitude, because I think that times are changing. People in the education and the coaching and in the speaking space have been lied to a lot. You've been sold a lot of stuff. This is the magic bullet. And then when you call them on it and you say, hey man, this didn't work, they say, well, no, it's your fault. It ain't always your fault. A lot of times they didn't tell you the truth about what you should expect, or they weren't willing to be held accountable for it. And that's the type of people I want to work with. I want to work with the people that are willing to be held accountable for the work that they're doing, because that's what I want. You know, I want you all to be able to come on here and tell me, Ron, them podcast leads didn't work. Them conferences ain't working. Why? Because I want to go fix it. I want the product to be better. I want you all to be on more stages. So, but it all came with a set of expectations. When I first bought PitchDB, I didn't think I was going to be Elon Musk overnight. I knew it was a process. And I had to be willing to stick with it because the vision was more important than you know all the other crap, the pats on the back and all that other. I just want to I want to be good. So hopefully this made sense, because every time I look on the back of those recipes, it never has all the ingredients. But that don't mean gold medal flour ain't good flour. It don't mean that Toll House chocolate chips ain't good chocolate chips. So let me give you a great example. Some of us are really good at marketing, right? But taking more marketing courses won't get us to the next level.
Right.
We got to learn the next thing, the HR thing or the product building thing, or work on our speech or whatever. You can practice your speech all day, but if you don't get good at selling, right? So I put together this list that I want to share with you guys. And I think we're going to have, this is going to be one of our new frameworks that we're going to be teaching. And it's the 10 essentials. You know, I was trying to work on it in Canva beforehand, but I couldn't get it done. So Maria, I need your help. I know you're on here, but we want to build out this pyramid of what it takes. And sometimes we can skip steps because we're already good at that thing. But when you first start a business, it all starts with the vision, right? Who are you trying to help and how do you want to help them? And then the second part is, well, you got to create the product that helps, that solves that problem that you're trying to solve. The third part is you got to go out and tell the audience about it. Now, we don't get involved in this. We'll talk with you about it, but we don't have a product that we sell that does this. Content creation and intellectual property, we'll have conversations. Leroy and I had a conversation. Other folks have hopped on a call with me and I'll walk you through some ideas. But this is really, we're relying on you to do that. This is our part. This marketing and lead generation, we got you. We will always be able to help you with that because that's what we know. But that's the third leg of the stool. But then now that you have the idea and the content, you got to create those products, which is what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. Your voice can't be the only product. You got to sell those wooden buckets that Richard was talking about. You gotta have some other products that you can sell from the stage, right? And then you're going to eventually have to learn how do you build funnels and build relationships and get you all. Some of these things we're helping you with, but we can't help you with all of them. But just because I'm good at audience management and community building, that doesn't mean I'm a good speaker. That doesn't mean I'm good at pitching. So we got to get all of these levels of the ladder equally built as we keep going up. And as you strengthen one, you move to the next, and you strengthen that one, and then you start back over. You just keep getting bigger. When we first started off, I was really good at one-on-one selling because that's what I've done my entire life. One-on-one selling, get someone on a call. And when we purchased Speaker Hub, well, let me just back up. When we had PitchDB, everybody who used PitchDB, they had to meet with me individually. So I met with 4,500 speakers. You couldn't sign up without talking to me because I didn't want a bunch of people that would be complaining in there. So I'm like, let's just tell them no and then bring in the people who wanted to win. But when we bought Speaker Hub, we had 59,000 customers at the time, right? And I'm like, there's no way I can meet with 58,000 people. And we were adding 1,000 people a month. I don't have time to do 1,000 meetings to try to tell people about this product. So I had to learn a new skill. I've mastered selling one-to-one. I had to learn selling one-to-many. So I started doing webinars. I don't do one-on-one sales calls anymore. Most of y'all bought from seeing me on a webinar or from some type of video sales letter because I had to learn that skill. But
Do you?
go ahead.
No, yeah, you're spot on all of this here. Do you guys don't do, because I know webinars work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just want to say, and I may have to jump out, but this work, like you say, you got to give it time. You got to do the work. You got to be consistent, and that's how it's going to work.
100%.
I got a couple of no's, but I don't stop there. I got a couple of yeses. So
Yeah,
you got
that's
it's
life.
all about strategy and it's life, and you're not gonna. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you just learn to do it different.
If I don't know any product on earth that everybody wants.
Oh yeah.
Water is essential for every person on earth. When you go down the aisle at the grocery store, they got 50 different brands of water. Dasani, Fiji, Spring Mountain, Mountain Spring, they all look alike, but they all selling water. Even though everybody needs it, some people still prefer the tap water. It's still the same thing. Nobody has a corner on the market where everybody's going to want their thing, right?
So are you concerned that people are saying your stuff is not working because you got
No,
enough people? Oh, okay, good.
no, no,
Okay.
no. That's not a concern. My concern is with the expectations of anybody who uses any product,
Okay.
right?
Overnight success.
Yeah, yeah. So like there are people online. I've never found anybody online that I agree with 100% of what they said. But we live in a world where when somebody says one thing we don't agree with, we throw out all the other stuff that they say.
Yeah.
Like, what? How stupid is that? Oh man, he said that. I don't believe it. Yeah, but the 80% of the others, even if he only said one good thing, if that one good thing is useful, I'm taking it. What they used to say, chew the meat, spit out the bones. We all heard that. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. The stuff you don't like, don't worry about it, but take the good stuff in. So I just know that this is the time of year when people try new things,
Oh, okay.
right? They try new things. And I mean, we got people, half of the people that sign up for Speaker Hub, they cancel after the trial. We're okay with that. Go somewhere else. I want my folks. If our product works for every speaker, it's the wrong group of speakers, right? It's the wrong group of speakers. I know who our people are. In the words of Mr. Brown, my people are hungry. They're not
Yeah.
comfortable. The comfortable folks, our system don't work well for, but it works well for the people that are hungry and that want to build the business. You know, so that's my TED talk. I want to get Richard signed up, but that's my conversation for going into the year, which is be able to take the good things from anybody. You can learn from everybody, right? Omarosa. Now you talking about somebody I don't like, Omarosa, right? But she said something that was genius that I remember is one of my favorite quotes. And she said that the end of it was it was like no man is your superior, but every man can be your teacher. And I thought that was brilliant because it means I can learn from everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's better than me, but I can learn from everybody, right? And if we have that attitude, I think we can take the good things from the coaching programs that we may have taken and it didn't give us what we wanted, from the software systems that we may have used, but they didn't get us where we wanted in the time that we wanted. To close it out with one quick analogy, if I wanted to go from here where I'm at in Medellin to St. Louis, I could walk. It would take me 18 years, but it's possible. I could also drive a car. It would probably take me 4 months, but it's possible for me to drive the 15,000 miles or whatever it is to get there, right? I could also take a flight. If I wanted to get there today, I gotta take a flight. I can't take a cruise because the cruise is gonna take me 2 weeks. But the flight, I can get there tonight. We just got to choose the right vehicles. And sometimes it's a combination of things. You may get your coaching from one place, get your software from us, get your data from somebody else, right? Get your business coaching from another person. Your accounting definitely ain't coming from us. Your legal advice, contracting should come from someone else. That's part of building the business. The business is a system. We know what we're good at. We're going to stick with that. But I want to encourage you to add the pieces to the system. There's no one system that's going to solve all of your problems.
Yeah, it's a team effort. It's like building a team. Like I have Doc. When I'm
Yep.
doing this here, I got you as a strategy to get in front of people.
Yep.
NSA is just network and whatever, So all these pieces have their role.
Exactly.
And if you don't know that, then shame on you because there's no one size fit all. They're lying.
Yeah. But sometimes that's what's being sold.
Yeah, I know.
It's
You gotta know
these are the
difference.
best chocolate chips. You can't make chocolate chip cookies without this. But where the butter? Where the salt? Where's the sugar? Right? So, Richard, were you able to get started? I think you're muted. We can't hear you.
You're still on mute, Richard. Richard, we can't hear you.
Yep, it's I'm on the tags bit now, so it's going through.
Okay, perfect.
But I
You
got
see
stuck
any other
last time,
issues?
so I'll keep going. Yeah.
Yep. Let me know if you run into any issues. Any
Sure.
other questions about what I was talking about, guys? this is a great 2025 is a great year to be a thought leader. It's a great year to be a part of Speaker Hub with us introducing the courses and things of that sort.
You know my story, Ron, about all, building a fitness club that should have taken a year and turned out to be 7 years, and people just couldn't see the vision. They just couldn't see that it was getting better and better and better and better. And so, you got to stick with it. You don't have stick-to-itiveness. I have that word. You got to have stick-to-itiveness. If you don't have stick-to-itiveness, ain't going to do anything. And just a little bit of a highlight, I have a podcast recording with a doctor in January 10th.
That's a big deal.
And plus my appointment on January 15th. And then I'm going through some information with a conference in California in the summer. So
yeah. So imagine what will happen when we're able to, when everyone has products that you can sell, right? And you can, while you're waiting on that conference in the summer, while you're going on those podcasts, they're buying your consulting or they're buying your trainings or your books or whatever you're putting out in the meantime. We're going to give you the ability to sell those things. And we're going to demonstrate it to you with our stuff. So in the next couple of weeks, we will launch the platform with all of the capabilities, and we're going to show you with our thing. We didn't think it would be right for us to tell you all to use a platform that we weren't using. Remember, our rule is we're only going to teach things that we've done ourselves, right? So if we haven't done it, we ain't going to tell you to do it. So the same platform you're going to get our speaker launch course on is the same platform you'll be using. Have all the same capabilities, right? So that's coming. It'll be probably a week or two. We're probably a week or two out. But when that comes, that will be the same platform you will be able to provide your courses and your trainings and everything else on. We're going to lead by example, right? So it's an exciting time. I'm super. If you can see what we can see on the backside, it's bananas. One of the flaws right now in Speaker Hub is that it's really hard to. Okay, yeah, I think he's signing up
on the other.
Yeah, I'll help you, Richard. Give me 2 minutes and I'll walk you through this. Right now, one of the flaws is that we have 64,000 people in Speaker Hub, and you can't talk to each other. There's no networking going across, none of that, right? That's in the new platform. So you'll be able to talk to each other. You'll be able to message each other and build that type of community. And one of the things I learned from Frank Kitchen, and AJ also, but Frank is a great example of this. When someone offers Frank a gig and he can't go, he has a list of other speakers that he recommends. And he doesn't take a commission from it or anything, but he wants to serve the people that invited him. So he wants to keep that relationship going, right? So by adding this social part to Speaker Hub, where the 64,000 speakers can talk to each other, right? Where you can have conversations with each other about what's going on, building that community. It'll be the largest speaker community. We already run the largest group on LinkedIn. We have 53,000 people in the group already. And we know how many of them interact with each other. So we're going to bring that over into Speaker Hub and allow you all to work with each other, to get on more podcasts and to bring each other to other gigs. If only I could show you what's in my brain. I can't, but I wish I could. The future of Speaker Hub in 2025 is super duper 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 bright. So
Ron, I want to share a little tidbit that will be helpful to everyone. I got a real surprise. I did a podcast the day before yesterday, and before I finished the podcast, I sold 5 books. And I was totally shocked, but it's about the conversation and what was shared between the host and the people who were listening. And like you say, I just said this where you go to buy the book. And while I was on doing the podcast, people were buying the books. So it works. That's all I could say. It works. And the thing for me that's most important in terms of what you were just talking about, all of our coaching programs, all of the consultings or whatever we were involved in at that particular point in time in our life, that was the lessons that we had to learn to get to this point. I mean, I've invested in so many programs, but the thing that's different about being in Speaker Hub, which I have not had in any other, is application. That's what was important to me right now in my growth and development is the application and being able to be in a program that says, do this, 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 and this to get this, this, and this. That makes sense to me right now. And like what Tonya said in terms of that's what keeps me on the consistency because I have an action plan in place that says, do this, do this, do this. And you can't help but be consistent in getting the results. So that's what being in Speaker Hub means to me in terms of moving into 2025 and getting back into the speaking circuit. It's because now I have a plan of action to work with.
And
No,
another
that
thing
is,
too, I want to add to you and to Ron and to Angela. I've been speaking for a long time. I'm not a speakerpreneur, I have a successful consulting firm, but I understood that people got to get to know me. So this is a funnel. But you guys have opened a world up about podcasts. I had my own podcast, never thought about being on other podcasts, right? And so I really think the game has changed. What we used to do to get on these stages are different. And I think you have to show up differently. Everybody wants to get the mic and rock the mic, right? But I think sometimes there's different types of mics that we have to rock, right? And just like this guy that I'm going to be, he did a TEDx. He asked me was I interested in a TEDx because we got into a deep conversation about Gen Zs. Well, I got 3 books coming out in January on that. So I'm trying to get our podcast scheduled around my lunch. You see how I'm trying to do it? It's all about strategy. The day at lunch, we need to go ahead and get with it, right? And so he was so intrigued about it that I end up writing a blog about what he really wanted that podcast to be about because I'm trying to get ahead of the game and be in the game at the same time.
oh no, that's a big,
So yeah,
that's huge. So
yeah.
one of the cool things about most people don't know this, but we have a blog that's called Skill Camp. And Skill Camp is where anybody can write about anything. You can submit articles to Speaker Hub. We get about 30,000 visitors to our site and to our blog on a daily basis. About 120,000 people a week visit Speaker Hub to look for speakers or to read our blog because of our SEO. So we're always accepting articles on any topic
Okay.
that we think will help business, not just so the self-carepreneur that helps speakers. Speakers need your help. What you're writing about with HR, Tanya, they need your help. Jadika, what you talk about, I sit in this chair leaning forward like this all day. You think I don't need to know how to, somebody can chop my neck and figure this thing out, right? I gotta, but that's what I'm saying. Like everything that we talk about is applicable. And we have to get out of the silos of I only talk to these people.
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep telling you all that if I'm not willing to let you post because I believe that we got 64,000 users. You think they don't need to learn about HR as they
Oh
try to
yeah.
build their business
Oh,
or learn
absolutely.
about taking care of themselves or being more environmentally friendly with what they're doing or taking better care of their wellness, all of these things. The 3 C's of Leroy, right? All of these things, it's applicable. We just got to believe it, and I just got to show you. So I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. Okay. So I would love in January and February of this year if you all can submit articles to Raquel. Raquel will post them Andrea on our team will go through them and review them and make sure that they're up to par and maybe make some suggestions, but they will get posted,
Okay.
right?
You ain't said nothing. Wait a minute, let me
yeah.
get a red can number.
Yeah, I mean, now here's the cool thing about it. People actually pay us to post on our blog, and we'll give it to you all for free,
Oh.
right? So we actually charge folks to post on our blog. It's a pretty decent business that we run, but we'll let you all do it for free. If you're a Speaker Hub
Okay.
member, you can post for free. People on the outside, hey, can I post on y'all blog? Cool. I'm gonna send you this little bill. You can, you know, because they trying
Funny.
to sell their stuff. We're like, you ain't even our customer, but you want to sell, cool. You know, pay us for it. But we'll let you all do it for free. Like this is the future.
Okay. You ain't said nothing.
Richard, what's up? You
Hey,
ready?
yeah. Right. Hi. I had a video up on my screen this morning, and it's from a big podcaster in Turkey. And I don't know if it's on my screen now. If I can share it with you, if you can
Yeah, share
see
your
that,
screen with us.
can you see that?
Not yet. You got to click share at the bottom.
Okay. I thought I'd done that. Right. Share screen. Yeah. Right. I'm click that, and so
And
I
then it's
now
going
I
to ask you which screen do you want to share?
that one. Can you see that?
Not yet. And then you have to click the share button in the bottom right corner.
I've done that. I've done that, and then I click the video I'm looking at.
Yeah, we can't see it at this point.
It says cancel, but when I go back to share screen, it just says, oh, you're supposed to click the button on.
Yep.
Ah, right. Okay, now I put my video up. This one. Can you see that?
Still can't see it just yet. You got to click share again.
Right, the share button's on. Also share system audio, that's on.
And then there should be another button in the right corner, bottom right corner.
Yeah, it just says cancel. The other one is blanked out.
If you look in the center of your screen, you don't see it. In the center at the bottom, it should say a blue share button.
No, there's a white one on the right-hand side that's blanked out at the moment.
Yeah, I wish I could help you. I can't see it. We can't see it.
Anyway, this man, it was called. It's a big podcast, and it's like a news thing. It's to do with the news. TRT World, it's called, and it's all about the pandemonium in the world of climate change.
Okay.
Right? It is so where we should be podcasting. And I was trying to write to him to find out his email or his number, and I couldn't get anything on the internet how to contact him. So, that's the difficulty I'm having. And you say you
hey, let me share with you how you do this. So when you go to speakerhub.com,
yep.
right, you're going to see some big orange buttons. 1 second here. And if you click this big orange button there, right, it's going to take you down to this part of the screen. Right? And then you're going to see this one here that says get started for free with the podcasting one. So when you click on there, it's going to bring you over to another page. And that page is going to, well, I'm already logged in. It's going to bring you into a sign-in page over here. But let me log out and I'll show you what that looks like. Right? So it's going to bring you over to this page that says get your 7-day trial.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this in the link. I'm going to put this in the chat for you. And if you click on here, this will let you reach out to that podcast. So did you see that link I just sent you?
Well, on email you're sending it?
No, I just sent it in the chat here in Zoom.
Okay.
If you look at the last link all the way at the bottom in Zoom, or if you want to give Angela your email, she can email it to you. But
I see the link. Yeah, that's the one.
Go ahead and click that link, and it'll get you a 7-day trial, and you can reach out to that podcast.
Wow.
Right.
But when I click that, it's just giving me these adverts from Lisa Harrison, speaker, author, entrepreneur.
No,
it's
no.
Giving me the
link
page.
at the bottom. The link. You see the link for me in the chat in the chat box here.
In the chat
What,
box.
in the chat box,
Yeah.
I just typed some words in the chat. What words did I type in white?
Need a speaker, be a speaker.
No. You got to go all the way down. Go all the way down. Scroll
Or
all the way
further
down.
Oh,
And you
right. Okay. Speakerhub.com.
what did what words did I, above this? Yeah, above, that's the link.
Oh, okay.
Click that one.
Right. That's the page I was on just now. And it's showing me Lisa Harrison, speaker, author.
Yep. And then over on the right, it should say sign up with Google or sign up with Microsoft. You see that?
Yeah. That's what I was trying earlier.
Click the sign up with Google.
Yep.
And then go ahead and put in your password and click accept. And then you should be ready to go.
Right. Yes. Okay. That's booked now.
Yep. So you're good. So go ahead and go through that and then you'll be ready to go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you're on the right path.
So
Any other? Oh, go ahead.
I'll get a link to speak to that man,
Yep.
TRT. And then what else do I do for the free work this week?
Oh yeah, just go ahead and use it. Reach out to as many podcasts as you want to be on.
Well, I've got to sort of name them.
Yeah. So when you go in, you would search for them by name. So I'll show
Okay,
you.
so you've got a list. You're going to show me a list.
Yeah, it's already inside,
Okay.
right? So when you log in, and you're going to be able to search for those podcasts. What's the name of it again?
TRT News. Let me just look again. It's called TRT World. Anyway, it's a big podcast from Turkey, apparently. And the podcast, this one, is called The Unseen Crisis in Our Soil.
Okay, I see it here.
That's exactly the one I've been speaking about. He
The
does a
Daily
lot of
News
podcasts.
Brief. Right?
But I
TRT World, I see them.
Yeah. Now, one site I was looking at told me you must not send a generic email to all these guys. Try and write a personalized one. Speak to him on the phone. Get going with him a bit. Then he might say he wants to interview you.
Well, I mean, I don't know what site that is, but I can tell you the results that everyone has gotten here has just been using the AI to write the email. Again, as we said at the beginning, everything works if you work it. Our system is a bit different where it's going to write the email for you. So I'm sure that whatever that guy was suggesting on that site probably works also.
Mhm.
As my grandma used to say, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I'm on the bit now that says put the dates in that you studied at college. And 1970 to 1979 is blank.
No, that's it. You closed out the page that we had you in. Because that we don't ask those questions on this page.
Oh, I see. I'm on the
You went to something else. You reverted back. Here's what you should do. Ange, can you give them my calendar and then we'll just set up a time we can privately go through this, and we'll get you all set up. Right?
Yep, LinkedIn profile. Yeah, on LinkedIn, I've been trying to get that updated as well.
Yep. But I see you here on the Good Gardeners International. I got you.
Yep.
So we'll get you all set up. You're set up here. You signed up. We got to get you going.
Yeah.
So if you can grab a time on my calendar, I would love to walk you through it. When we have more time, we can get you to share your screen and we can go through it.
Yeah.
Any other questions so far, guys? This has been a good year. 2024 has been great. 2025 is going to be even better. Leroy, hopefully you're doing well. Maria, I need your help with the pyramid, that we're trying to build for the new framework. And then Daryl, what's your question?
Hello. I wanted to know, do you offer like you have this every day for Speaker Hub? Do you do anything for the PR pitches?
So the PR pitches meeting is every Friday.
Okay.
Right? So that's every Friday at noon Eastern with Kamanzi. Again, I don't do PR stuff since that's his world.
Yeah.
He runs that world. He
Okay.
doesn't do a lot with teaching speakers how to get booked on podcasts. So I
Yeah.
run this side of the business.
Okay. All right. I probably just need to I was on a cruise. I was out of the country. I think I got an email already, so I'll
Yeah, it's every Friday at noon or either 11. I can't remember, but there's also a replay. As soon as it's done, he posts the replay also.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. So that's included. If you're a paid Speaker Up member, you also have access to the PR pitches community. It's world class. I mean, ain't no, you know how many PR people that sell PR are in there listening to Kamanzi? Because
Wow.
that tells you a lot. They come to him for advice because
It's the truth.
yeah, he is 100% the best at what he does. He probably makes probably $40,000 to $50,000 a month just writing articles. So
We need to get with him then.
yeah, you're in the group already. I think you're already in the.
I am. I just got this holiday has been. I'll be back on it starting January.
Oh yeah, we're consistent. So, Bart, what's up?
Yeah, I just want to show you this here. Maybe we can.
You broke it again, Bart?
No, that's what I'm showing you, so I don't break it.
Okay, what's up?
What am I doing? So in this thing here it says waiting. Can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see it. Yep, perfect.
Yes, waiting. So all these need to be archived, but I can't
Okay.
archive
So,
that. Click
so
this.
I'll show you what to do. Yep. So one of the things that what you want to do is you have to delete them, right? So if you where it says no contact selected, you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and click there.
All right.
And you started already. I know what to do. Click continue. Oh yeah, there is no way to archive it. Okay. Shoot. All right, let me take a photo of this. 1 second here. Give me 1 moment. Okay, guys, so we have a small issue. I think this came up before, but I didn't explain it properly. So when someone has already started to pitch, but they didn't send the pitch, and then they change their mind, there's no way to archive these. So we need to add an update status button for things that are in waiting to allow people who want to archive things. They don't want to delete them, but they want to archive them out of waiting. We should be able to let them do that. Or here's another thing. Since they didn't send the pitch, we probably should allow them to get the 6 credits back. So let's do that, where if someone wants to unweight something, I guess, take something out of waiting. I don't know if unweight is a word, but if we want to take them out of waiting, let's make it where they can update the status to either delete them from a list since they never sent the pitch and give them the credits back, or allow them to archive, because he would have lost his 6 credits here, even though he never sent them the email. All right, thanks. All right, thanks for your patience with that, guys, but I want to get this over to the team. Thanks for sharing that, Bart.
All right.
That's going to be really cool, especially if we can give you all the credits back, right? What do y'all think about that? If you make an error, we'll give you you'll get those 6 credits back, which is good. Any other questions? We're right at 1 o'clock. We can go into overtime if you have other questions. If not, we can enjoy 2025, drink a bunch of champagne, celebrate with your loved ones. You never know if this is going to be your last year with them, so act like you love them. I mean, people are getting sick and going away, so treat it like your last. And so I don't know if he's talking to us, Richard. You talking to us?
We're not back again until Thursday, correct?
Yep. Whoa, lost a cruise member. Yeah, that's wild to go on vacation and die on the cruise. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it was off. It was an experience I wouldn't want to.
What do they do? They turn the boat around and they just keep them on there?
We had a day. During that day was a day at sea, going to their private island. This was Norwegian. And it ended up like they were circling. Holland Cruise Line came to help. They were circling there probably for about 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. And then they, abandoned the rescue and they just came on and said, unfortunately, we couldn't locate them. And so we ended up going to a different cruise port. But yeah, they left and we had just left Cozumel, so the Coast Guard, there's no Coast Guard near there, I don't think. So it was just those two cruise ships trying to find the person.
Oh, they got lost. Like they was off the boat.
They were off the boat. A lady saw them in the water.
Holy smokes.
And yeah, and they couldn't find them. So, just hug everybody a little tighter.
Yeah. Hey,
I
man.
couldn't imagine coming home without my husband or one of our three girls. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So live with a purpose. Be purposeful in all your actions that you got going forward. Yeah, it's a new year, but doesn't have to be a bad one. It could be a great year for you. So, anything else before we go, guys?
Bye to everyone. Have fun. I'm still on vacation. Living it up. Take care.
Enjoy. Keep sending the
Love.
pictures while you're on vacation. And
Yep.
let's get these products ready to sell. We gotta, Richard, let's see. Can you do the product with you other times than this? Yes. So, there should be a link. Ann should have put a link into my calendar. And so that you can set up a time. Unfortunately, I got another meeting right after this, so I have to hop off, guys. But this has been great. I'm excited about 2025. Richard, grab a time on my calendar so we can get you set up, and we'll get you going. Or if you want to put your phone number in, I can call you when I'm free. And I know you're in Europe, so it's probably like 8 p.m. there sometime. So, but good seeing everybody. See you next year. All right. Gotcha. 4407. Yep.